This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids. What up, everybody? It's your boy Black Megas, and I'm getting old. No. Correction. I am fucking old. God fucking damn. Man, am I old. Seriously, y'all. For those who know me, in particular, those who know me well, y'all already know that I'm one of the older cats out here doing this shit. Have been for a while. Haven't been doing it as much as I should have been. And that's just to my regret that life and certain things just led to me not being on as much as I want to. But I'm trying to get back into the groove of things, so that's a plus. But yeah, you know, I've been around here doing this stuff for a while. Shout out to everybody whose path I've crossed and who show me love, appreciation, and support over the years. Even in the times where I've been ghost, you guys have still come through, you know. Especially shout out to the people who I connected with because they were fans, which I find really, really weird that I've had fans. And not only that I've had fans who've become friends of mine. It's fucking wild. Y'all don't know how wild that is to me and how wild it's always been. Maybe I'll say that for another video. But, you know, your boy's 44. Staring down the barrel of that 45, y'all. November 29th, 2020 will be my 45th birthday. And that's just a crazy thing to think of. Like, I have been on this planet for over 4 decades. And you kind of get the sense of that from some of the stuff that I've done and content I've done and discussions that I've had with you guys through videos or live stream and all that. Because I always talk about or reference things from back in the day. And it's just crazy. Like, I feel like, you know, no disrespect to other generations, but I feel like I'm a part of this weirdly, extremely dense transitional period in the history of the planet. Like, I was born in 1975, November 29th, 1975, at around approximately 3:30 p.m. I believe it's 3:31 p.m. How do I know that? Because my mom used to always say that, especially when I first moved from home. God bless her soul. Rest in peace, Mom. Love you. I remember when I first moved on my own and she would call me on my birthday. She would always remind me of that shit. And it was just so funny because I used to always get the story because in 1975, Thanksgiving Day was, I believe, the 28th that year. It might have been 27th. No, it had to have been the 28th because the story always goes that everybody was very, very concerned because I was pretty much due around Thanksgiving. Possibly on Thanksgiving Day. So the biggest concern was my mom going to cook Thanksgiving dinner? Because my mom was a great cook. Everybody loved my mom's cooking. You know, I'm pretty good at cooking. All of my sisters and brothers, for the most part, are pretty good at cooking. At least my mom's children. My father had children before they got married. But my mom's children, particularly my sisters. Oh no. Take that back. 2 of my sisters. One of my sisters, yeah, she ain't got it, but that's a whole nother story. But my 2 twin sisters, they got it. In particular, the one that I live closest to, she definitely got it. Yeah, I got it. We all got it from my mom, who got it from her mom, you know, so, yeah. We can do the damn thing in the kitchen, y'all. But everybody was just like so worried because they wanted Thanksgiving dinner. They did not want my mom not to be able to cook. Thankfully, being the nice guy that I am today, I was a nice guy back as a, you know, fetus to hold off so that my mom could complete Thanksgiving dinner. Everybody was able to eat. My mom's water broke later that night on Thanksgiving Day, if I recall. That she said, no, the day after, because I was born on a Saturday. So yeah, it had to have been the day after. So they got Thanksgiving dinner. Everything went through. So either the night of Thanksgiving or the day after, my mom's water broke. They went to the hospital. I want to say now that I'm thinking of it that yeah, maybe it was on Thanksgiving Day because my mom was in labor for a while. She used to say I was in labor for such a long time, and I forget how long it was, but you know, she threw that guilt trip on me. And then finally, out pops me, and you know, I just remember that shit. It's yeah, November 29th was a Saturday, so yeah, I had the, by the grace of God, I had the good manners to wait until after Thanksgiving so that my family could enjoy their day and enjoy my mom's cooking. I'm such a nice guy. Anyway, but yeah, God. So I've been on this planet, for 5 decades, basically. And in that time, think of the things that have transitioned since 1975, you know, post civil rights movement where, you know, we got certain rights that we didn't have before back in the late 60s, you know, post Vietnam War era and all of that. Yeah, I could say that I remember so many things and seen so many things happen. Reaganomics, in the fall of savings and loans banks. You know, Desert Storm. First black president. The creation of public internet, the evolution of cell phones for public use. Like my mom had one of those big Motorola motherfuckers that looked like that didn't look like a walkie-talkie. She didn't have the walkie-talkie on. She had like one of the first flip phones ever that was created for public consumption. You know, but I remember the big fucking like walkie-talkie looking ones that people used to walk around with, or they used to have in their cars that used to look ridiculous. You know, so I've seen mobile technology like evolve over the years, transitioning from early cell phones to beepers, pagers, two-ways, you know, all that shit. Shot sidekicks. Who remember Sidekick? Good Lord, I've been around for all that. Like I said, the early days of public internet, AOL, and all of that shit. I talked about that in a previous video. You know, to what we have now. Like, we moved from dial-up to fucking DSL and ISDN to cable internet to now fiber and all of that, where people have gigabyte internet in their homes. Like, what the fuck? The transit. I remember when computers didn't have graphic cards, y'all. I had one of the first graphic cards that was ever produced. Serious shit, yo. I had one of the first NVIDIA cards that were put on the market. Gigabyte storage. I remember that. You know, the evolution of storage. Just like so many things, so many technical and social things that have transitioned in my life. Kind of fast track, because I believe I've been alive during the fast tracking of society, where everything started to just move like so much faster once we got, you know, I guess past the 60s. Like, it's just been wild. Like, I could tell y'all what it was like to be without certain things. I could tell y'all how cable used to be just a handful of channels. And like it was like one of those late 70s, early 80s phenomenon where if you had cable TV, you were a special. You would consider a special family. Like you really are doing okay in life because like I remember when my dad first got um, cable, we got HBO. One of the first things I ever saw on HBO was the first Star Wars. That's where my love for that and science fiction grew. Also, one of the first things I ever saw on HBO was Richard Pryor stand up. I remember, being allowed to stay up and being told, yo, just don't repeat this shit, please. But my mom, because, Richard Pryor was a foul mouthed motherfucker, which I guess his influence with me saying that is shown, right? But anyway, yeah, like, so looking at 45, like, wow, I feel like that's just such a milestone. I feel like when you get to that 5 or that 0 in your age, there's something like that's, kind of, it initiates a feeling of like crazy nostalgia. Because 5 years, you can look back over just a brief 5 years again. Let's go back 5 years, 2015. Nearing the end of Obama's presidency, and all that. You can look back that and like look over the last 5 years and see the crazy shit that's transpired. 2015 was when, I hate to bring up bad shit in doing this, but it's when Donald Trump decided, hey, I'm gonna run for president. And show you guys. That started the fucked up shit. God damn. Yeah. And just personal things, like the last 5 years. Coming off of losing my mom the previous year and losing a job that I really liked. The struggles that I went through at that time. It's funny, I'm still struggling now, so that's crazy, but just looking at like the point of where I was in my life and just how things have gone since then, and just the history of the world, the connections that I've made in those last 5 years with people and relationships. It's just like, you look back and you be like, wow, a lot of shit happened in 5 years. That's wow. And yeah, that 5 year period of like when you get to that 5 or that 0, it just seems to like spark all those things. And that's how I've been like thinking lately, like leading up to my birthday on top of other stuff. But yeah, it's gonna be crazy. I cannot wait though. I'm excited for it. Man, another year. Thank God I've been able to make it to this point. Happy about that. Anyways, yeah, it's crazy, but getting old, man, that's it's a wild trip, but it's worth every moment of it, I gotta say. Anyway, I'm done reflecting and being an old man and nostalgic and all that shit. So, as always, you guys, feel free to hit me up. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you later. This your boy Black Megas, and I'm out. Deuces.